Welcome friends. Today we will learn the thyroid function test and applied of thyroid hormone in thyroid metabolic hormone part 5. So let's begin. Outline of today's lecture: thyroid function test and applied of thyroid hormone, that is hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. Thyroid function test. I am not going in detail of the thyroid function test. I'm just enumerating the name of the thyroid function tests. First of all, measurement of the basal metabolic rate, then estimation of the protein bound iodine PBI. Third is the radioactive iodine uptake, measurement of the T3, T4 and TSH, then sonography of the thyroid gland, then thyroid scan, antithyroid antibody, and lastly fine needle aspiration biopsy, FNAB. So these are the different thyroid function tests. At least try to remember the name of this thyroid function test. So we start with the hyperthyroidism. Now causes of the hyperthyroidism: primary hyperthyroidism related to thyroid gland. Common is the Graves disease. About 80% cause of the hyperthyroidism is Graves disease. Autoimmune disorder. Here thyroid stimulating immunoglobulin are present in the blood of the patient which direct against the TSH receptor, and TSH sometime undetectable or zero. Other cause is the toxic adenoma, which is localized tumor. Sometime cancer of the thyroid gland causes hyperthyroidism, and toxic multinodular goiter. So these are the causes of primary hyperthyroidism. Now secondary hyperthyroidism means not related with the thyroid gland but related to hypothalamus or pituitary. So TSH secreting tumor of the pituitary and the hypothalamic disease. So TSH secreting tumor from the pituitary or hypothalamic disease, secondary hyperthyroidism. Other causes are the thyroiditis, ectopic thyroid gland or thyroid tissue. Next is the iatrogenic, means excessive ingestion of the T3, T4 without monitoring, self-medication are the causes of hyperthyroidism. So hypothalamo hypophyseal thyroid axis in the Graves disease. So hypothalamus releases the TRH, thyrotropin releasing hormone, which stimulate the adenohypophysis or anterior pituitary, act on the thyrotrope to release the thyroid stimulating hormone TSH. Half life only 1 hour. Act on the thyroid gland to release the T3 and T4. Now this TSI, thyroid stimulating immunoglobulin, they stimulate the thyroid gland and half life is 12 hours. See, the half life of the TSH is only 1 hour and TSI almost 12 times the TSH or 12 hour. So it is continuously stimulating the thyroid gland to increase the release of the T3 and T4, and as a result there is increase in the T3 and T4. And when there is an increase in the T3 and T4, it inhibits the hypothalamus to release TRH. It also inhibit the adenohypophysis to release the TSH. So negative inhibition for the TRH and TSH. So this is from hypothalamo-hypophyseal thyroidexis in Graves' disease. Clinical feature of the hyperthyroidism. General clinical feature: fatigue, weakness, warm and moist skin, neck, enlargement of the thyroid gland, that is goiter, on the eye, exophthalmos, lead leg, lid retraction or infection or ulceration of cornea. So exophthalmos means protrusion of the eyeball. That is because of the idiomatous swelling of the retroorbital tissue and degenerative changes in the extraocular muscle lead to exophthalmos or the protrusion of the eyeball. Now, eyes of the thyrotoxic patient doesn't close completely when person blink or asleep. So there will be dry epithelial surface and consequently infection and ulceration of the cornea is very common. Next is on the temperature, intolerance to heat and sweating, metabolic, muscle weakness, protein catabolism, central nervous system, hyperactivity, irritability, dysphoria, tremor, on the sleep, insomnia, though person is tired, fatigue, excessive catabolism, but because of excessive stimulation to the central nervous system, difficulty in sleep, so insomnia. On the GAT, increase in the appetite, diarrhea, because increase in the motility, weight loss. Food intake is high, but because BMR is also high, so there is a weight loss. On cardiovascular system, tachycardia, palpitation. Palpitation means one can feel the on heart rate or on heartbeat. On reproductive system, male impotence, female oligomenorrhea or rarely amenorrhea. So impotence means the erectile dysfunction. Oligomenorrhea means infrequent or light menstruation. More strictly speaking, menstrual cycle, which is normal duration, is 28 to 30 days. Now menstrual cycle become prolonged means occurring at interval of 35 days. So that is termed as oligomenorrhea. Amenorrhea, A means absence, so no menstruation, that is known as amenorrhea. Now the term dysphoria. Dysphoria in the CNS means generalized dissatisfaction with one's life, so not satisfied with the life, so that is the dysphoria. So these are the clinical features that is seen in the hyperthyroidism. Investigation of hyperthyroidism: increase the T3 and T4 in the plasma, decrease in the TSH. Sometimes TSH is zero, particularly in case of the Graves' disease. Radioactive iodine uptake is increased. Increase in the thyroid stimulating immunoglobulins in thyrotoxicosis, that is in Graves' disease. but low in case of the thyroid adenoma. So that is the differential diagnosis. Supportive investigations: increase basal metabolic rate plus 30 to plus 60, but in severe hyperthyroidism it can be up to 100% increase in the BMR, decrease the blood cholesterol level, on the ECG tachycardia, sometimes arrhythmia, on sonography thyroid gland enlargement, nodular goiter. In Graves' disease, presence of thyroid stimulating immunoglobulins, which are also known as long acting thyroid stimulator. But in case of secondary hyperthyroidism, T3, T4 and TSH all are high, but definitely response to TRH is low. So in primary hyperthyroidism, T3, T4 are high, increased, TSH is decreased. But in secondary hyperthyroidism, T3, T4 and TSH are increased, but response to TRH is low. So that you should know. Treatment of the hyperthyroidism. So first sentence in the treatment you should write, treat the cause. So whether it is Graves or any other cause. So first of all, identify the cause and treat the cause. That is the first sentence you should write in the treatment. Second, antithyroid drugs, thiourea, propylthiouracil, carbimazole, methimazole. So these are the antithyroid drugs. If it is not controlled by the drug, then you can do surgery, subtotal thyroidectomy. But before surgery, high concentration of iodide 1 to 2 weeks prior to the surgery is given to reduce the size of the gland, to reduce the blood loss and other complication. Next is the radioactive ablation of thyroid, radioactive iodine. So radioactive ablation of the thyroid gland. Now we begin with the hypothyroidism. Etiology of the hypothyroidism. Primary causes, that is the autoimmune Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Here autoimmune disease rather stimulate, it decreases the thyroid hormone. Another is the atrophic thyroiditis, which do the fibrosis of the gland. Then diffuse non-toxic goiter, that is iodine deficiency, endemic goiter or environmental goiter. Then iatrogenic, due to radioactive iodine therapy or surgical removal. Then drug, iodide excess or overdose of the antithyroid drug, and some congenital causes like maternal iodine deficiency, fetal thyroid dysgenesis and others. Secondary causes, hypopituitarism and hypothalamic disease. So try to remember 2 to 3 causes of primary and secondary causes of the hypothyroidism. Clinical feature. General clinical feature: puffiness or idiomatous face, weakness, tiredness, dry skin, alopecia, hand and feet, myxedema, carotenemia, frog-like husky voice, and enlargement of the thyroid gland, and that is goiter. On temperature, intolerance to cold. On central nervous system, difficulty in concentration, poor memory, sometimes termed as myxedema madness. On sleep, excessive sleep of 12 to 14 hours, and that is termed as somnolence. On gastrointestinal tract, constipation, poor appetite, decreased food intake. In spite of that, because of low BMR, weight gain. On blood, anemia. On cardiovascular system, decrease in the heart rate, that is bradycardia, decrease in the cardiac output. On respiratory system, difficulty in breathing, dyspnea. On metabolism, increased blood cholesterol and atherosclerosis. On reproductive system, loss of libido, means sexual desire in both sex. In female, irregular periods. Amenorrhea means absent menstruation. Then menorrhagia means heavy menstrual bleeding, either amount or duration or both. Then polymenorrhea, that is short menstrual cycle, more frequent periods, and it male because it is necessary for the spermatogenesis. There is a decrease in the process as well. You can remember this clinical feature like remembering the word sluggish, SLUGGISH. S for sleepiness, fatigue, tiredness. L for loss of memory, so related to central nervous system. U for unusual dry skin. G for enlargement of the thyroid gland. G for personality change, that is myxedema madness. I for increase in the weight. S for sensitivity to cold, and H for hair loss or sparseness of the hair. Skin is sometimes dry and yellowish in color. So these are the clinical feature of the hypothyroidism. Myxedema, Gould's disease. Here there is a hypothyroidism in adult life. So begginess under the eyeball and swelling of the face is common clinical feature due to increase in the hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate that bound with the protein to form excessive tissue gel in the interstitial space to form non-pitting edema. So gel-like tissue gel-like structure, and that is responsible for the begginess under the eyeball. Now non-pitting edema means you have to press that site for 30 seconds with moderate pressure and then leave the pressure from the finger and look for the pit. If there is no pit after pressing of 30 seconds, you can say it is non-pitting edema. That is a clinical feature of myxedema, hypothyroidism in adult life. Investigations. Hypothyroidism, there is a decrease in the T3 and T4 and increase in the TSH, particularly in primary hypothyroidism. In the secondary hypothyroidism, due to either hypothalamic or pituitary cause, there is a decrease in T3, T4 and TSH. All are decreased in secondary hypothyroidism. The other supportive investigation that we should do, first of all, basal metabolic rate, it reduces to -30 to -50%. Increase in the blood cholesterol level, delayed reflexes and anemia are the other investigation that we should look for. Now, in case of the Hashimoto's thyroiditis, antimicrosomal antibody, anti-thyroglobulin antibody and anti-nuclear antibody are detected in the blood. So these are the basic investigation for the hypothyroidism. Now the treatment. Treatment is by giving iodized salt, right? In Himalaya belt region, the salt is replaced with the iodized salt to reduce the deficiency of the iodide. Or we can give levothyroxine, that is synthetic T4, cretinism or infantile hypothyroidism. It is extreme hypothyroidism during the intrauterine life, infancy or early childhood. Two types. First is the congenital cretinism due to genetic defect in the thyroid hormone synthesis. Second is the endemic cretinism due to iodine lack in mother. Now the clinical feature. The neonate means the first 28 days of the life of the baby. So neonate without thyroid gland has normal appearance and function as thyroid hormone, though not enough, but it was due to mother. Few weeks later, a neonate's movement become sluggish. So many times parents coming to the doctor and asking doctor that, or complaining the doctor about the sluggish movement of the kid. At that time one should suspect hypothyroidism of childhood, that is cretinism. Second, the growth retardation, both physical and mental. In the growth hormone deficiency, there was only retardation in the physical growth, not mental growth. But here both physical and mental growth is retarded. Next is the skeletal growth is more inhibited than soft tissue growth. So disproportionate growth, stocky, obese, short appearance, and large tongue, which is disproportionate, which may obstruct the swallowing and breathing. Guttural breathing means some abnormal sound during breathing, and because of this large tongue, sometime it choke the child. Now early diagnosis and treatment is the key for the cretinism. So if we do early diagnosis within few weeks after the birth, we can prevent mental retardation by giving adequate iodide or thyroxine. If we detect the cretinism late, we can improve physical growth and other function, but we cannot revert the mental retardation as myelination occurs earlier in the life. Certain terminologies related to the thyroid hormone. First of all is the thyroid storm. What happened during the surgery of the hyperthyroidism, right? So during the surgery of the tumor of the thyroid gland, stored thyroid hormone comes out from the thyroid gland into the circulation and increases the heart rate and blood pressure. So that is known as thyroid storm, and it can be relieved by only NT-T3. So during the surgery of the thyroid gland, when we want to excise the large tumor, so the thyroid hormone that is already stored in the gland, which released in the circulation, and it increases the heart rate and blood pressure, and that is known as thyroid storm. The next is the Wolff-Chaikoff effect. Now we should try to understand then if the intake of the iodide, iodide is essential for the thyroid hormone synthesis, that we know, but if the intake of this iodide is exceed 2 milligram per day, 2 milligram per day, then the intraglandular concentration of this iodide reaches to the level which suppress the TPO activity, thyroperoxidase activity, right, and block the hormone synthesis. We are already familiar that thyroperoxidase enzyme, or this peroxidase enzyme, is very essential for the thyroid hormone synthesis. So this phenomenon is known as Wolff-Chaikoff effect. So adaptation to this high iodide intake normally occur by decrease the expression of the NIS, sodium iodide symporter. So it reduces the expression of NIS, and as a result the intrathyroidal iodide level, that means the level in the thyrocyte cell, decreases, and this TPO activity then returns to the normal, and the thyroid hormone synthesis again become normal within few days to week. So in short, when normal individual take the large dose of iodide, act directly on the thyroid gland to produce mild and transient inhibition of the organic binding of the iodide, that is through TPO, and thus there is a decrease in the hormone synthesis. So whenever you give excess iodide, it will inhibit the thyroid hormone synthesis, and that is known as Wolff-Chaikoff effect. Now third is the goitrogens. We are knowing that the goiter means the enlargement of the thyroid gland. So these goitrogens are the substance which reduces the thyroid hormone production by interfering with the iodine uptake, and thus it reduces the T3 and T4, and it increases the TSH level in the blood from the anterior pituitary. Now which are the goitrogen substance? So whenever we eat excessive turnip, cabbage, cauliflower or broccoli, so these all the goitrogens, these all contain the goitrogens, and they are responsible for the goiter whenever they are taken in excessive amount. Few other are the thiocyanate, which is from the cigarette smoke, then perchlorate, thiuracil, lithium, then phenobarbital, phenytoin, and list is very long. But in short, goitrogens are the substance which decrease T3 and T4, increase TSH, so enlargement of the goiter, enlargement of the thyroid gland, and as a result there is a goiter, and interfering with the iodide uptake. So thyroid storm, Wolff-Chaikoff effect, and goitrogens. So that's from today's lecture, applied of the thyroid gland. Thank you. Jai Swaminarayan.